Yo, what is up guys, and today I'll be showing you how to get the new wonder weapon, the RAI K-84 in Firebase Z, quick and easy. So step 1 in trying to unlock the wonder weapon is first of all turning on the power. If you guys don't know how to turn on the power, you do need to actually turn on 3 ether reactors. It does cost 500 essence to actually turn on a reactor, and when you do turn on the reactor, you need to protect 2 of 3 collection units. The 2 that you do need to defend are just randomized within that certain area, and basically to defend them, you just need to kill a certain amount of zombies, which is pretty easy. You do earn a lot of charge for actually just killing 1 zombie, and of course once you do get enough charge, the ether reactor will actually release an explosion to let you know that you are done. And of course, like I said before, you guys want to do that 3 times to turn on the power. So for step 2, you need to head over to the weapons lab, and on the wall of the weapons lab you will actually see the RAI K-84 blueprint. Of course you guys want to pick that up and head over to the next step. So for step 3, you do need to head over to the scorched defense, and once you're over there you will see a zombie corpse on the ground near a tank. You do want to head over there and you will actually receive a little prompt to receive the eye. You will also get a little cutscene, which I can't show you guys because YouTube does not like that. Once you do get that little cutscene, you will actually retrieve the key. A few zombies will spawn afterwards, but it's not too many, so you guys can clear them pretty easily. So once you do actually have the eye, you want to head over back to the weapons lab, and next to the computer you can actually place the eye in the retina scanner. Now once the retina scanner has actually scanned the eye, the computer will turn on, and then underneath the computer a drawer will actually open up so you can actually pick up the locker key. Now as you guys can see, I totally forgot that that was actually a thing, so I did end up actually going back to actually pick up the locker key anyway, but you guys can see that the locker key is still there. Now of course, once you guys have actually picked up the locker key, you want to head over to the barracks, and you guys will see these little lockers here. There will be a little prompt for you to actually open up the lockers. Now once you do open up the lockers, a mimic will spawn, and you do have to defeat that mimic and wait for it to drop something. And of course, if that mimic doesn't actually drop something, you can actually head over to the next locker and open it up. However, do not do what I did, guys. I ended up opening up a locker and a mimic didn't spawn. Now I don't know why the mimic didn't spawn. I don't know if that's just a game glitch, but I just ended up opening every single locker, and you don't want to do that because you're supposed to open up a locker and wait for the mimic to spawn. But good thing is that you can actually go back to the barracks at any time and open up more lockers to wait for the mimic to spawn, because that's what I ended up doing here. But if you guys actually are to do this, do not do what I did right there, guys. Now of course, what you're looking for the mimic to drop when you are defeating them is this barrel assembly, and of course you do want to pick it up and head on to the next step. Now for the next step, this may be the most difficult part in actually getting the wonder weapon, but to be honest it is still pretty easy. So you want to head over back to the weapons lab and go to the computer. Now as you guys can see on screen, I have put a dartboard up for reference. It will actually go hand in hand with the computer. So what you want to do is you want to access the computer, and the computer will spin around and stop at 3 different locations in reference to a dartboard. So as you guys can see with my computer ended up stopping at number 3 first. So number 3 would be the first number within my code. And for the next one, you guys can see in correlation with the dartboard, it does stop at number 4. So the second part of my code would be 4. And then finally for the last part of my code, it does stop at number 6. So as you guys can see, if we put them all together, my code is 346. So now once you have actually got your code, you want to head back to spawn and head to the village mess hall, where you will see this dartboard right here, right next to the Wonder Fizz machine. And basically what you guys want to do is you want to shoot the numbers on the dartboard. So of course, since my code was 346, I'm going to shoot the number 3, the number 4, then the number 6 in that order. But before you do actually shoot the dartboard, guys, I do recommend you do pick up the Magnum wall buy right outside of this, just because it is a precise one-shot weapon, and for some reason shotguns don't seem to work with this, so I definitely do recommend picking up the Magnum. And for some people, you can shoot like the little slice that the number is in, but for others like me, you have to shoot like the little colored area. But once you have actually shot your code in the correct order, you do need to end up shooting the bullseye at the end, and you will see that the dartboard will drop this Ethereum converter that you do need to pick up to move on to the next step. Now for the next step, you do need to actually reach round 15, since we do need a mangler, and manglers do first start spawning in at round 15. So when you do see your first mangler, you want to keep shooting its arm until it's defeated, because when you keep shooting its arm, it will actually drop the uncharged power cell. And when you do actually have the uncharged power cell, you want to go back to the weapons lab, and you will see this little charging port right here that you want to insert the power cell into. And once you have actually inserted the uncharged power cell into that charger port, you guys want to add 2 rounds to whatever round you're on. So as you guys can see, I am at round 15 when I do put it in, so I need to complete all of round 16 and 17 and wait for it to move on to round 18 before I can actually pick up again. If you do try to pick it up any earlier, it will just give you a dial-up prompt saying that it's not ready to be picked up. So once you guys have actually completed those 2 rounds, you guys can actually head back to the weapons lab and picked up the charged power cell. And once you guys have actually picked it up, that is it. You do have all the parts required to actually make the RAI K-84. So of course, once you have actually got all the parts, you do need to head back to where you picked up the RAI K-84 blueprint, and there's a little workbench right there that you do need to actually interact with to assemble the RAI K, and it will actually pop up. You can actually pick it up and everything. So now my thoughts on on the RAI and everything. I absolutely love it. It does have 2 fire modes. It has a regular fire mode which just shoots regular lasers, and it does have a secondary grenade launcher fire mode, which when you shoot it down, it does slow enemies within the area. Now when you do actually shoot down a grenade launcher, you can't shoot at that grenade launcher with your regular alternate fire, and it will cause the area to increase, and if you shoot it enough, it will actually explode and kill all zombies within that area, which is a really good method for crowd control. But I mean, I just really do love the RAI Wonder Weapon. It is one of my favorite Wonder Weapons that Call of Duty have added. And one interesting thing is that you can actually pack-a-punch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and weapon spec all the tiers of the pack-a-punch RAI. So first up, we do have the tier 1 pack-a-punch RAI 84. Now we have the tier 2 pack-a-punch RAI 84. And finally, we have the tier 3 pack-a-punch RAI 84. So of course, all of them just look super sick and everything. But yeah guys, that is how you get the RAI 84 Wonder Weapon in Firebase Z. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and hopefully you guys did find this guide quick and easy to follow. If you guys do like guides like this, please make sure to let me know down in the comment section below, and by giving the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. But yeah guys, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. See you all in the next one.